So, I've been in Virginia just barely over a month now, and I've been complimented by about just about everyone I've come across about how cute and adorable and pretty I am. I've also been hit on by several men, and I've collected a few numbers, like 3 numbers I think. 3. It's kind of a lot for a month, right? I don't know. I've also encountered one person who asked how I have sex, and that's what I'm talking about today. The guy who asked how I have sex was clearly interested in boning me, which is fine and dandy, but please keep your penis away from me, you think. It's not something, no. But not the point. He wanted to know how I have sex while being in a wheelchair. I understand the curiosity because everyone assumes that a person in a wheelchair was 100% totally and completely unable to walk whatsoever, which is simply not true in my case and in many, many others. I have a pretty good darn ability to walk, but I use a wheelchair to mitigate pain and fatigue from Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. And the thing is I'm just not very nice about this sort of thing. Instead of being a good disabled person and very quietly and softly and gently educating this guy about my condition and how I have sex, I don't. I let into him. I couldn't help it. I told him that what's wrong with me, a phrase which he so eloquently threw the fuck out there, is none of his business, and that how I have sex was especially none of his business, unless we both had plans to get in each other's trousers anyway, which we didn't because we were sitting at a fucking bus stop. The whole interaction rubbed me in a bad way for a couple of reasons. Like, people tend to think that being visibly disabled is grounds for asking whatever questions they want without any brain mouth filter. For some reason, being in a wheelchair, carrying crutches or a cane, especially if you are a young person or somebody who is not, like an amputee or something with a visible reason for being incapable of walking without a mobility aid, that just, for some reason, they think it gives them license to ask whatever the fuck they want. And I understand the curiosity, but is the bus stop really the best fucking place to ask? In public? At a busy bus stop? Really? Fucking really? I don't know. I guess my point is that people need to stop fucking asking disabled people ridiculous, gross, invasive questions. Like, why? Unless we're talking about boning each other, why do you need to know how I have sex? Do you really think I'm somehow attached to my chair unless I'm sleeping? Not to mention the people that think that wheelchair users sleep somewhere other than a bed. I won't even start myself on that. So, that's something that I just had to talk about. It just fucking got on my nerves, and I've actually been asked that sort of thing by more than one person, and it really does get on your fucking nerves. Any zebra or any other spoonie would fucking know. If you are visibly disabled or you carry a mobility aid or anything that could be considered a health aid, people for some fucking reason just need to fucking ask you about it. I don't fucking get it. Especially, it seems that it's especially white people, I mostly get asked by white people. I've had very few people of color ask me about my disability or why I'm in a wheelchair or what the fuck is wrong with me. It's not something that I really get asked by people of color. It's mostly white people that ask. And, I kind of want to say it's kind of a race thing, but I can't be sure. And I think that's a topic for another video. So, to all you able-bodied people out there, please shut the fuck up and stop asking what the fuck is wrong with me. You don't need to know.